Make today iconic.
What is up, guys? It's Upcome Sports back with the Washington Wizards Super Realistic Rebuild Part 2 of this series. Here are the objectives for the Wizards. If you guys have not seen the previous parts, then make sure to click the link in the description, or there'll be like a card that pops up on the screen. You guys can click that and it'll take you right to it. But we do have the projected third pick in the draft, and we do fall to 5, but we will be keeping the Pelicans pick at number 7. With the 5th overall pick in this draft, we are going to be selecting Percy Frazier out of Indiana, 6'7", 228. Good size, is a very versatile defender, and can probably develop into maybe a Kawhi Leonard type player. And 2 picks later, with the 7th pick in the draft, we are going to select Wesley Fleming out of Virginia Tech, 6'6", 228. Shooting guard, he's a very good scorer. Not too sure what else he can do, but we'll figure it out. And with the 22nd pick in the draft from Phoenix, we are going to be selecting Rolando Paget. He is a 7-foot center, project player. I don't think he's going to start or even get any minutes in his first year. So here is the roster for our team after that offseason. And TJ Warren is still our best player. Otto Porter, we did re-sign. I do like his defense and his ability to score and knock down the 3-ball. Percy Frazier does have starter potential, so we'll see if we can develop him. Wesley Fleming actually has better potential than the 5th overall pick, so we'll see how they both turn out. And Paget actually has really good potential as well. So I was building the rotations, and TJ Warren, I don't really see a fit for him on this team. He's a really good scorer though, and the Pistons do need a small forward. They don't really have anyone that they can put and start. So we're going to get a first round pick from them, lottery protected for TJ Warren, and we're also going to give them a second round pick. As you guys can see, they need a small forward. One of their small forwards is injured, so here is the rotation: John Morant, Teague, Otto Porter, Rodich, Bryant, and a lot of other young pieces. Very young team. Don't expect to make the playoffs for another 2 or 3 seasons, but hopefully we can see some progression and some improvement. We will run 7 seconds. So here at the All-Star break, John Morant is going to be named an All-Star, going to be playing on Team LeBron, so that's very nice, developing into a nice point guard. So here at the trade deadline, we are actually 27-27. So we are at 500, and we're actually in the playoff picture. I don't expect us to keep this up, but if we do, I wouldn't be opposed to it. It's always good to be making the playoffs. So in this season, James Harden wins the MVP, RJ Hampton Rookie of the Year, and also 6th man. Bradley Beal Most Improved on the Pelicans, averaging 27 points on 41% shooting from 3. So he's developed into pretty much an all-NBA caliber player after we traded him, which is nice to see. John Morant actually making the all-NBA third team, averaging 22 points and 8 assists on very good shooting. He's actually developing a nice 3-point shot, which is nice to see from a young player. But Rodich is able to make the all-rookie first team, starting at power forward. And checking out the standings, we were actually the 11th seed, so we're definitely improving every season. I like to see that in a young team. And we won't have a top 5 pick this year, but it's fine. And the Pistons actually made the playoffs, and TJ Warren was a 19-point per game scorer, so he was definitely worth a first round pick for them. And checking out the stats, Otto Porter, I like his production. Carl Teague improving in his second year, I believe. Percy Frazier with a nice rookie season. Fleming also a nice season off the bench. So the Suns are going to make the finals against the Bulls. John Wall has a chance to win a championship after we traded him, and it looks like he will. RJ Barrett is the finals MVP, not John Wall, but I'm pretty sure he's still on this team. He is, so he's going to win a championship before we do. That's pretty interesting. So in the draft lottery, we are projected the 10th overall pick. Let's see if we stay there. We do stay at 10, so we'll be making our pick and hopefully get a big man. With the 10th pick in the draft, we are going to be selecting Victor Wembanyama something like that. Center out of France. He's 7'1". I do like his length, and he looks like a good interior defender, which is really what we need. We don't need a scorer at that position. And with the Pistons pick at 15, we are going to select, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but he's a 6'9" power forward out of Florida. A little bit undersized, but he's a good athletic scorer, so we'll see if we can develop him. So here is the roster after that offseason. Ja Morant is now clearly our best player and our franchise point guard at an 87 overall. But checking out our draft picks potential, Wembanyama has 82 potential, which is pretty solid. And this power forward has 85 potential, which is really good. Here is the rotation. Ja Morant, Teague, Otto Porter is still going to start. Maxwell, I wasn't sure who to start at the 4, but we'll go with Maxwell for now. We might switch it to Rodic if he's playing better off the bench. But we will send that project player to the G League, and we'll still run 7 seconds. Here at the All-Star break, interestingly enough, Ja Morant is an all-star again, but John Wall is right there with him, so they're going to be playing together. And here at the trade deadline, we're having a little bit of a down year from last season. We are 23-31 at the deadline, and we're not playing too good at home. As you can see, we're just 1 game above 500, so let's see if we can make the playoffs maybe. Nikola Jokic is going to win the MVP. Shaquille O'Neal on the Kings Rookie of the Year. Kyle Kuzma Most Improved. And Mike D'Antoni Coach of the Year for the Rockets. Ja Morant keeps improving. All-NBA second team this time, averaging 22 points and 8 assists. But his efficiency has definitely gone up, and his three-point shot is looking very good. But looks like no one else on any of the teams. Our center, who we did start, is going to make the all-rookie second team, though. Not averaging too many points, but that's not his goal. And we were the 12th seed, so we did have a little bit of a step back from last season, which is not good, but we're still a very young team, and we're on the rise. I would expect us to make a playoff run in maybe 2 seasons. But checking out the player stats, we saw Morant, Carl Teague with a nice improvement, and still shooting pretty good from the field. Percy Frazier, about the same stats, but he'll probably be the starter next season. Troy Brown, I'm not too sure about him. So it is going to be a Sixers-Jazz finals, and we'll see what they can do. The Suns again making it to the second round, but lost to the Thunder. And the Sixers are going to win. Embiid wins finals MVP. So we are projected the 8th pick in the draft. And we're going to stay there, so we're going to pick at 8. I don't think we have another first-round pick. So with the 8th pick in the draft, we're going to take Bryce Ramsey, good playmaker. This draft doesn't really look too good, so I wouldn't be surprised if this guy turns out to be not that good, but we do need a backup point guard. And in the second round, we'll take Ramon Santos, another center, 7'1". At this point, we're just taking a bunch of big men, and we're going to see which one of them will fill that starting position. Here is the roster. Ja Morant, 88 overall now, coming off a really good season. Carl Teague, Otto Porter. Rodic is coming into his own. Percy Frazier, we're probably going to start, but we're looking pretty nice. A lot of young players, and we do have some experience in Otto Porter, but Frazier is going to start, and Otto will come off the bench. I think that's a good fit. And there you guys see the rotations. Troy Brown is not going to be getting any minutes. I don't like how he's been playing in this whole series, so he's just not going to play. He'll be a nice backup if someone goes down, though. But we will keep the coaching the same, and we did hire Pau Gasol. So here at the All-Star break, again, John Wall and Ja Morant on the same All-Star team. So kind of funny right there, but they'll be playing again together. Trade deadline time now, and we're going to see that we are 25-29, so we haven't been able to really get over that hump. We hired a new coach whose main focus was 7 seconds, so I don't know what the issue is, but we'll try to resolve it in the offseason. Giannis is going to win the MVP for the Bucks. Austin Goodrich, Rookie of the Year. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player. And Brett Brown, Coach of the Year for the Sixers. And Ja Morant again on the All-NBA second team, averaging a little bit less points, but about the same assists. So playing some good basketball out there, leading our point But on the rookie teams, we did have our power forward, 85 overall. He's progressed really nicely, actually. But checking out the standings, we were actually in the playoff race up until the last 2 games, but we lost a critical game to the Celtics, which really put us out of the race. The Raptors did get in over us, but that's good to see. We are improving. But Carl Teague, nice season from him. He's improving steadily. Not really any big jumps, but Percy Frazier had a beast of a second season. Really good defender, averaging 1.4 steals and 1.1 blocks. But we like to see that. We have now a versatile defender. And there you guys see a lot of the young guys getting minutes. So the Celtics, who actually ended our playoff hopes, are in the finals against the Rockets. So let's see if they are going to win the chip. They do. Sekou Doumbia is the finals MVP. So here in the draft lottery, we barely missed the playoffs. So for the first time in a while, we're not going to have a top 10 pick, but that's okay. And with the 14th pick, we're going to take another big man, another interior defender, 6'11" out of Utah. So hopefully one of these guys steps up, or we might have to make a trade for a center. We'll see what happens. So I was looking at some options for maybe a trade, and I found the perfect scenario for us. We're going to be trading our young center. He did have a promising season, but we need to win now. And also Troy Brown Jr., who we're not going to play much at all, for Miles Turner. And we're also going to throw in a protected first-round pick because the Pacers don't have a small forward at all. They have a 71 overall. And Jarrett Allen, they did sign, so it doesn't make sense to have both Miles Turner and Jarrett Allen on the same team. So here is the roster. I think we are finally set for a playoff run. And we found our franchise center in Miles Turner. He's still only 28, so he's not that old. But he'll be nice. I think he'll be a key piece in us making the playoffs. John Morant, Teague, Frazier, Rodich, Miles Turner, and then Otto Porter as our 6th man. I really like where this team is headed. We've got a lot of defense. But yeah, we are going to send Lyle Hall into the G League, and we're going to keep the same system proficiency. It seemed to work out. So I don't know what John Morant is averaging, but he's going to be an all-star starter, so he must be going crazy. We'll check out how he's doing. Here at the trade deadline, you guys see all the W's on the calendar. We are currently the 2nd seed in the East, 38-15. And I can't even believe this. I thought we would maybe be tops the 5th, 6th seed. And the MVP of the league is going to be John Morant, averaging 23 points, 3 rebounds, and 12 assists on very good shooting. Guys, I did not change this. You can change this now in NBA 2K19. We also get Coach of the Year in Pau Gasol. But yeah, there you guys can see he's on the All-NBA first team. So there's no way I can rig that. He won the MVP on his own. We also have Percy Frazier, a complete beast on defense. Makes the All-NBA 3rd team. So, I don't know. I think we got the number 1 seed. And Bryce Ramsey on the All-Rookie 2nd team as our backup point guard. But we did get the number 1 seed. So, we are cooking right now. We have the MVP on our team. Everything's looking good. We're set to make a deep playoff run. But we have to play the loaded 76ers in the first round. I don't know how they're the 8th seed. They have Ben Simmons, Embiid, RJ Barrett, and Jimmy Butler still. So that's going to be a tough round 1 matchup. Miles Turner, 2 blocks a game. I like his production. We're going to check out the team stats. We had to have been top 3 on defense. We were top 3 on offense, top 4 on defense. Here is the Sixers roster. Ben Simmons is a 94 overall. Embiid also a 94. RJ Barrett also on this team. Jimmy Butler. They have 4 90s. This team is stacked. I don't know if we're going to get out of this alive, but hopefully John Morant can take us there. So let's see if John Morant can lead us to the 2nd round against this Sixers team. I think he can. We do win game 1. Game 2, they tie it up 1-1. I did fear this. But we do win game 3, so we're fine. Can we go up 3-1? We do go up 3-1. Can we win in 5 against this Sixers team? We do win in 5, surprisingly. I expected probably a game 7. But Frazier goes off for 27, 6, and 7, and a steal. Frazier is a stud. Kind of reminds me of Draymond Green or Kawhi Leonard, but he's still not in his prime. John Morant with 20 assists in this game. 20 assists. Just insane assist numbers. He's becoming better of a passer than John Wall. RJ Barrett had a bad game. So here in the second round, we're playing the Pistons, who have Andre Drummond, Blake Griffin still. TJ Warren, we did trade them too. He does average 19 points per game. Not doing so well in the playoffs this season, but nowhere near as talented as the Sixers. We should be able to win this series pretty easily if we handle the Sixers in 5. But we do lose game 1. I don't know why 2K does this. We always lose to the bad teams, and now we're down 2-0. So, can we make it a series? We have the MVP. 2-1. Can we tie it up at 2? John Morant. We tie the series up. Big game 5 here. It is going to be in Washington, I believe. So, we better not blow this. And the Pistons are up in the 4th. Can we come back? We make it a tie game. Still a close game. We take the lead. It's going back and forth. And the Pistons are going to take it by a point. Frazier had a nice game. John Morant did not shoot well at all. 15 points on 17 shots. He did have a good number of assists, but we need his scoring. And TJ Warren is lighting us up. Maybe we shouldn't have traded him. Maybe he's going to make us regret that. But hopefully we force a game 7, and it looks like we're not going to. We're getting blown out in the 4th. So we are getting blown out in this game. Good defense right there, but I expected much more from this team. We're still very young, though, so nice shot there from Fleming, I believe. But we're still very young. We've got a lot of playoff runs yet to go. And John Morant is an MVP caliber player. I did not think he would be that when we drafted him. I thought he would be maybe an all-star caliber point guard, but that would still have been good. He's an MVP now. And nice take right there, and one from our backup point guard. But yeah, TJ Warren cooked us up this whole series, scoring, and he misses that shot, but Otto Porter for 3, no good. Another 3, Teague, wide open, no good again. We're not a very good three-point shooting team. John Morant, let's get right to the rack with the bigger defender, the contact, and the foul. Very good there from John Morant. Can we get the three-point play? We do. So here are the stats. Blake Griffin, I think he's 36 years old, came up and cooked us up with a double-double. TJ Warren went off, and they have Terry Rozier as well, so they're a very deep team. Percy Frazier tried it. He had a very nice game. John Morant shot horribly from the field. He's not a very efficient player, but we'll have another one next year. So after a pretty disappointing playoffs, we are going to see the Pistons and the Kings go at it. Pistons might take it all, and they do. Andre Drummond, Finals MVP. Leave a comment. Do you guys think this roster is good enough to win a championship? Can John Morant win back-to-back MVPs? Watch part 3 to find out. But thank you guys for watching, and make sure to subscribe for some more videos.